What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, I am back. People, shit, man, you already know what time it is with OG. OG doesn't talk about it, he stays about it, man. And if you guys are still struggling and not knowing where to get started in your fitness journey, you need to shoot me a DM on my Instagram or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I'm telling you right now, people, I had that blueprint to success, man. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know, it's not a puzzle and it's not hard to figure out. I'm telling you right now. I've had so many new sign-ons. These guys are off to a great start. It's very simple. It's just like putting one foot in front of the other. You know what I mean? When you have a solid blueprint, there ain't nothing but to gain but positivity out of that blueprint. Why? Because it's a proven example. Others have used it to their advantage. And I am one myself that has used my blueprint. It's got to mean my results. You know, so the proof is in the pudding, people. But anyways, yeah, somebody tried to reach out to one of my team members earlier and discuss about his nutrition plan, the way I had it set up. You know, I'm just gonna clear this up real quick. You know, the best diet for you is the one that's gonna work best for you, the one that you're gonna stick to. So looking from outside, looking in, don't question another man's ways of doing things unless you see him projecting bad outcomes from it. Then, you know, speak on it. But when someone's just getting started off into their new lifestyle, their new journey, don't question it. Support that individual, you know, and if you see that he's making mistakes, address him, you know, bring it to his attention, guide him. Don't put that wrench in his machine that's gonna throw him off course, you know, making him thinking more than he has to. You know, that's why he hired a coach, because the coach obviously knows what he's doing. And a quick tip to my team members: anybody that's gonna question what you're doing and say that they're and they comment that you're going about it the wrong way, take a look at them. Ask yourself, do they have that body that you're chasing after? Probably not. So let them keep on talking out the side of the necks. But anyways, people, I'm going to bring you a quick little story. Fast forward. I ain't got too much time out here because I need to get inside and get busy with my team members' profiles. But before I go on to this quick little story, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. Share my channel with your friends, your insignificant others, your coworkers, whoever. You know what I mean? Let's get this channel to grow, people. And if you're still spinning your wheels, you already know, shoot me that DM on my Instagram or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I'll get you going on becoming that best version of yourselves, people. So anyways, quick little story. And this story is going to be about how the tables turn. Okay, I'm in a reception center up north. It's dorm living. We're not in cells. So dorm living there's a lot of freedom. You know what I mean? And this particular reception center, it was ran pretty good. All the races, you know, were doing their own thing. They minded their own business. There was no sign of tension or anything like that. But so individuals there tend to get a little loose, you know, because, you know, it was like pretty much fun and games to them. So fast forward to this certain individual, his story is going to be touched on about him and his bunkie. Okay. The individual that sat on the Cadillac, which for those of you guys that are familiar, the Cadillac part of the bunk is the bottom bunk. Okay. This individual was a youngster, first term, well taken care of. His people looked after him, you know what I mean? Going to store fat every month, having his bunkie, which his bunkie was not taken care of, you know what I mean? His bunkie was just surviving off of the fish kit and whatever the homies blessed him with, and, you know, and whatever his fucking so-called bunkie blessed him with, you know? And the reason why I say it like this is because his bunkie used to always have this individual going to store for him, you know, 140 fat. I believe that was the max in reception. It was 140, I believe it was. But he would go himself, go to store fat, pick up, you know, max out, have his bunkie max out, receiving packages, and like I mean, when you do something, you do it out of your quota for the homie, but, you know, it's not expected, but it's just out of respect. You bless that homie. You know what I mean? It's like somebody doing my tatuajes on me. They never put a price on me. They did all my tatuajes and I blessed them. You know what I mean? And that shows a lot in an individual. Well, this particular fucking Bunkie, man, this youngster, this little I like to call him a little mama's boy, he was a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I used to tell him, hey, homie, the things, the way you treat your bunkie is wrong, homie. You shouldn't do that, man. It's just gonna come back and haunt you, my boy. You know, nah, gee, I'm cool, man. I don't need him for nothing. Well, obviously you do. The fool's going to the store for you. You know what I mean? Take care of him, man. That's a homie right there. You know, he may not be like us out there mingling and all that. You know, he stood right there in his bunk area, minded his own business, read all day. You know, educated himself. You know, he was in his own world. But when you did need him, he was there. You know, he participated in a drop of a dime. He was back there doing his thing. You know, he was like I mentioned him in the past, man. He was that the sleeping giant, man. But anyways, yeah, this fucking Bunkie, man. It's sad to say, but he was from the San Gabriel Valle too. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say where we're at, but he would have these big spreads, man, and invite everybody, and then he wouldn't even invite his own bunkie. So I thought that was pretty fucking cold, you know what I mean? And keep in mind, I've told this fool, man, you got to stop treating your bunkie like that. One day you're gonna need him. Nah, he didn't. Well, anyways, long story short on this, you know, he would call his bunkie towards the end of the party, you know what I mean? The only reason why he was calling him there is because everybody else that was participating in the party already got their fill on and went home. You know what I mean? They didn't really care for this youngster. They were just using him because he was a mama's boy being taken care of. Big old fat spreads and all that he was having, but his bunkie, you know, to call him towards the end of the party, you know, myself, the way I thought, I would have told my bunkie, hey, what the fuck, homie, boy, you're gonna call me once the fucking party's over? Call me when the fucking dance first begun, man. I want to get out there and get my motherfucking boogie on too. But you know, he would do that. I found that very disrespectful. But you know, the bunkie never really paid no mind, you know what I mean? I saw it for it was. That fool just wanted him to clean up and do the dishes and shit. You know, for those of you that are knowing, you know what I'm talking about, doing the dishes, cleaning up and all that. Fuck that. Whew, no, not at all. But anyways, fast forward, people, because I don't want to be out here too long. I need to, like I said, get back inside the house and go over my team members' profiles and shit, make sure that they're on point with their nutrition. That's what I do on a daily. But anyways, yeah, so time goes on, you know what I mean? Same bunkie, you know, I'm there now for going on like 3 months, going on 4 months, something like that. Leadership changes, right? So, you know, leadership changes. Now that leadership is changing, the way the house is being ran now. So now there's a little bit more tension going on in the pad, you know, because all them funny bunnies that were doing their funny style living there have moved on with their journey, you know what I mean? So now leadership is in new hands, you know, people that were a little bit more seasoned, and you know, things changed. The tension grew in the air. So anyways, long story short on this, people, keep in mind this particular bunkie, not the little mama's boy, but his bunkie, the sleeper up there. All he ever did was stay on his bunk, read, you know what I mean, eat chow, you know what I mean. We didn't go to chow; they fed us right there. He might hit the day room once every weekend, you know what I mean, just for a short minute. You know, he'd do his shower and all that, sit at the pad, cleaned it up, you know what I mean. And that's all he did, you know. So it was obvious where he was, you know what I mean. And then I was just a few bunks down, you know what I mean, from him. Well, like at the end of the row, but I could see him, you know what I mean. He was a good dude, you know what I mean. I used to just keep an eye on him, you know. Not so much sweating his program, just to make sure he's okay, you know what I mean. Because some Grammy motherfuckers, just like his bunkie, you know what I mean. But anyways, long story short on this, man. So one morning we woke up, somebody got disrespected and it set it off, man. And you know, keep in mind, if for those of you that know, you know, when you're living in a dorm right there, you get released off in sections, you know. So something set it off, and you know, we rocking and rolling with the race, right, with a certain race. And keep in mind, this individual was he lived around the race that we went at it with. There was like 2-3 other bunks that surrounded his bunk, right? So I happen to, you know, we're doing our thing and shit. I happen to notice that Bunkie, the sleeper, he was gone. He left his motherfucking bunkie to get smashed the fuck out. And was he getting smashed out? He was getting stomped on. So you got to really watch what you do. with the people that you're doing time with, because you may not think that you're affecting them in certain ways, but in the long run you are. And in the time of need, when war jumps off, you need every last individual to have each other's back. You created an enemy within, my boy. That's what happened with you. Your bunkie left you there to get smashed the fuck out. And once the dust was settled, I could have pulled that bunkie's covers, but for what? All he would have to say, he was doing his thing right down the street. And no one would question it. Why? Because every time he was asked to participate, he participated. He was with the business. So basically what he did, from what I know, he left his motherfucking bunkie there to get smashed the fuck out for all the wrongdoings and disrespectings that he brought towards him. He never expressed it. He just bottled it up. And the time came where the tables were turned, people. So now with that being said, always respect the next man. You just never know when you may need his assistance. Now with that being said, keep on getting up and getting yours. If you're still struggling and not knowing where to get started, you already know. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I got you, people. I will get you to becoming that best version of yourselves. Now let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Now with that being said, get up and get yours. Let's do this.